Now, they had a group here that was working in the battalion. They were called Commandos. And it was just like a little elite group that they were using. They would guard the command post, but then they would also, when something was going down, they'd get out there and get after it, super aggressive. But they were running so low on people that they needed to put the Commandos team back out into the companies, the regular companies. So there had been a little commando unit, a little special unit within the battalion, and then they had to take those guys and put them back out with the regular companies. Now, here we go, back to the book. In the middle of the afternoon, the CO moved up close behind A Company to watch their contingent of former battalion commandos go into the line. Sergeant Turner, who had been in charge of the platoon, of the commando platoon, was with them. Seeing the major, he fell behind long enough to say, "Sir, we're going in there to help our buddies from old A Company lick the hell out of those bastards, but when we get through this, I'd sure like to come back and get another bunch of commandos for the battalion." His cool voice ended on a rising note. "All right, Sergeant, you get us into St. Lo, and I'll promise you get another platoon of your Hellraisers just as soon as we can spare them from the companies." Johns returned the sergeant's salutes and watched the man as he ran to catch up with the others. An hour later, a Weasel, which is a small purpose tracked vehicle flying a red cross flag, clattered out of the woods carrying a load of wounded on litters. The battalion commander, who was passing the spot, stopped when he saw the wounded. The little commando sergeant lay on the litter on the near side. Seeing the major, he yelled for the driver to stop. Johns went over to him, and the boy, both his legs wrapped in dirty, bloody bandages, grabbed his commander's shirt and pulled himself up on the litter. He was crying openly and unashamedly as he burst out with a flood of invective. "They got all my boys, Major. We didn't even get off the LD," which is the line of departure. "I let you down, Major. I let you down." He stopped and sobbed bitterly before he could go on. Major Johns could feel his own throat constricting as he held the tightly gripping hands that shook him again and again as the sergeant poured out his grief and rage and disappointment. "We had to get that gun. Damn the dirty bastards. God damn. God damn. I let him get me with a fucking machine gun, and they got all my boys too. God damn." He sobbed uncontrollably, while the Weasel driver began to let his clutch take hold. "But I'll be back, Major, sir. I'll be back. I'll be back." "Sure, boy. And I'll have your old job for you anytime. You just take it easy and get those legs fixed." The major was walking slowly beside the litter, trying to gently disengage the grip on his shirt. The sergeant let go and fell back on the litter, exhausted. Johns looked up at the aide man, who slowly shook his head. The sergeant would not be back.